all the foot pegs, everything that goes on the race bikes. Different offsets, different type of features for the riders, you know, for feel. Like you see, this one's really thicker, so it's thinner, so a rider might want a stiffer feeling front end where this works better than this one, or you might want this one over that one. So a lot of choices to fine-tune the bikes for the rider. Here's all the gaskets, all the cables, all the old parts from years ago. Old transmissions, different ratios, camshafts, even carburetors. You know, we constantly keep everything. We're constantly looking at old stuff to see if we missed something of the new stuff to re-engineer it. Now here's more parts to support the race game. Style for the vintage guys, this is what's left of all the two-stroke stuff. So from the 125T to the 250, everything that's left over is here, complete engine, graphics, all of it. The other side over here is all development pipes that been tried, maybe worked, didn't work, but constantly looking through that. We've got the secret room back here. So this is where we store a lot of the bikes that we rotate through the riders, practice machines, test bikes, some old race bikes. It's kind of deleted now. Usually that's filled with new bikes and stuff. We're getting ready for the 2017 stuff. On this side, it's kind of part mine and part Mitch's. We're both collectors of vintage stuff. Mitch loves midi bikes, so this is his collection of restored midi bikes. This one here, I restored for Mitch. This was his first bike when he had a kid, or when he was a kid, I'm sorry. He wanted one of those really bad in high school, and his parents said he had to get really good grades and then he could get it. So he did it. He got whatever it was, B's or whatever, and was able to get the C's. I restored it and gave it to him for his birthday. Under there is just a bunch of old Kawasaki's.
Just a bunch.
This one is one of the most famous Kawasaki's that started the performance image of Kawasaki in 1966. It's a Samurai A1. It's frame number 75, so it's one of the first ones in the U.S. It kind of set the stage for performance bikes to follow, and they did make a racing version of this motor, the A1R. It's been in the Kawasaki Museum, but the building has moved. The museum was kind of shut down.
There was one like that.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Now this one, there was only 5 of these made. It was for the 6-day trials. It's a KX-based enduro, made in the U.S. R&D Center. It came with disc brakes, which was unheard of back then. It breathes air through the gas tank through here, and it's all sealed. The airbox is sealed so you can run it into water really deep without it flooding out.
But this isn't the one that was in their museum?
Yeah.
Okay.
The plastic wheel, they were kind of looking at mag wheels at the time, for the disc brakes and something tricked, but they were too harsh on the riders lining off jumps. So they thought, well, let's make a plastic one. Maybe it'll have a little give to it. But it didn't quite work out. So that was the only plastic wheel probably ever made right there. So when I restored the bike, we had to put the wheel on it. It's too cool.
It's fantastic.
That bike right there is Jeff Ward's 1987 Supercross championship bike. I worked with the team back then, and Wardy gave me the bike as a gift to put in my collection. It's a nice gift. If you still knew I had it, you probably wanted back to sell it. Over here is just more stuff of Mitch's under wraps. I think this is a Harley 100 that was raced in the desert back in like 1970. That was the hot bike at the time. Mitch always wanted one, so we found it all restored and put in his collection. All right.
Muito bem.